very well, and they're creating the problems. Now you look in this area, you start to see this area almost looks like a bomb went off on it, in it, with down dead timbers. You see all this dead wood, and they haven't maintained this. But lightning comes down here and strikes, guess what happens to the whole forest? It goes right up in flames, and all this dead stuff on the ground is exactly what I've been trying to clean up just a little bit in my spare time as a private citizen concerned about our U.S. forestry grounds. And I know there's a lot of people who are, concerned about this. And so me as a private citizen comes up here, spare time, trying to do my best, help conserve the forest, and gets fined some $3,500 for trying to preserve the forest and pick up the dead stuff and help with the area that the U.S. Forestry actually is responsible for neglecting, creating tinder boxes that ignite with lightning strikes or whatever. Another one of those little areas. To the point where it costs taxpayers millions of dollars to try to put out the fires. And so it's a catch-22. I mean, if you're a concerned citizen and you're, you come up and you try to do a good thing, maintain, while you're using the forest, a clean camp, pick up your litter, use the dead wood. If it doesn't get used, creates like I said, a tinder box that's going to end up costing millions of dollars to put a fire out or let go. See, like this right here, I mean, somebody could fall over there dead drunk. If I cut that off right there, see, look, somebody's cut that off with the axe. It's a dead tree. You cut that off with my saw, and all of a sudden the Forest Service is going to charge me $50 for that. There's another one. They're all over the place. But I get charged $50 for, every tree. And she acts like I'm up here committing murder on trees. And I'm out here trying to provide a service because I care. And I got the semi-retired, I got the time to be able to do it, And President Trump tweeted that the states were not doing a very good job in preserving the U.S. forestry. And what that means is cleaning up the dead stuff and getting out the dead wood. Pine View Reservoir right now is at a 99% capacity, maybe even more since the last rain. But we had like 10 days of rain, and the ground has just been really saturated. The rivers are so high right now that in some of the bridges in the Weber River and the Ogden River, there's only, a few inches before the water capses over a lot of the bridges. Anyway, I am simply imploring for your help as a citizen to look at the good work that I have done and the care and the concern that I have expressed and also done with actions in helping our U.S. forests to breathe, cleaning out the dead stuff, and doing something constructive in fulfilling a need which could be used as an emergency shelter in a much more prevalent area of hiking and camping, and being a citizen watchman. But it seems to me that the U.S. Forest Service here in the Ogden District is more about preserving a party place for underage drinking, methamphetamine, LSD use, and citing me tickets instead of coming up when the parties happen and requiring a safe campground. I always maintain a 5-gallon bucket of water for the campfire. It's just an instance where you have to wonder where reason and facts actually are thrown out the window by agency of the government, and what is behind that, and do they not count themselves in forest neglect, and they're not charged with neglect in their duties and in their jobs, where private citizens of the United States of America come in and help and assist. And I will make this appeal to President Donald Trump in his Twitter remark that the state was not doing enough to preserve, protect, and clean out the dead stuff, the dead wood in the forests, creating national disasters in which the state then appeals to the federal government for billions of dollars. Now, the U.S. Forestry Service collected some $13.3 or $13.5 billion from citizens just like me and you last year. And yet, they're nowhere to be found up here cleaning out the forests, cleaning out the dead debris. And the Ogden District Office can't even maintain a professional atmosphere where they hand out a card to you with the director's name on it with a valid email. When I went down there and delivered my letter to them that they acknowledged receiving, I got a card with Sean's name on it, and I says, "This email good for him?" "Well, you'll have to call him and get a valid email because we've had some changes and that email's no longer good." And you think to yourself, what the heck is going on? And I mean, it appears they're so desperate for money they're willing to come up here and fine me bogus fines, write out bogus tickets. It's just frustrating, and I have to ask myself, I know they've been on my Facebook, they've been on my Twitter, they've been on my Instagram, they know exactly what I've done politically. And now I'm threatened with jail. She says, we catch you up here in the next 16 days, we will incarcerate you. Threatened me. Threatened my freedom and liberty over dead trees and making an emergency shelter that I basically give to them from dead trees that they were neglecting from the forest. Those people out there who are concerned about this, I appeal to you and ask you for your help, because it seems to me that we've got a bunch of mad cow diseased people that are not even reasonable. To facts and an appeal. All they want, it's just, I mean, it's like they want to maintain a problem so it erupts, and then they can pass that on to the citizens of the United States and collect billions of dollars, just like California did in the Federal Emergency Act with all the fires in California. I'm Cody Robert Judy, and this is a voice crying in the wilderness. Prepare, prepare, and repent, repent. Take care of this good earth that we have, and let's try to maintain some civility one with another, you know? Let's try to not look at each other like each other as the enemy. And that's exactly what they did, writing me out $3,580 worth of tickets over 2 weekends. 6/1/2019 and 6/8/2019. I'm Cody Robert Judy, and this is a voice crying in the wilderness. Pass this video on if you care about the U.S. forests and your open lands and the charge and the care which I've showed you is being neglected so bad, and in which they do not want citizens acting responsibly up here, showing you when they're not doing their job. They want to be able to cover it up, create disasters, and then charge you for them. Think about that, and I'll talk to you next.